Hi, Niles North students. I'm Tracy Schorle, and I am here to talk with you a little bit about my profession. I am the current Senior Director of Client Services for a group called DRI Professional Services. We are in Association Management Company headquartered in Chicago, and I've been doing this for my entire career, working in the association business, and I'm 44 years old. I have always worked in associations. I started very early on in my fresh out of college, working for the friend of a friend who I was met through an internship, and I was offered a position working with chapters for a group of dietary managers, like food service workers. And I'd spent my entire career, and as time has gone along, I've had a couple of different places that I've worked, and one of them was a company called Smith Buckland, and they're a large association management company. And what that means is that an association may be struggling financially, or they've had a change in their management. Somebody maybe retired. Something's gone on where they've decided to seek what they call an AMC. And inside an AMC, what happens is that you get little pieces of talented individuals to help drive efficiency on your budget and for your business. And so you then have the opportunity to tap into some really great opportunities that maybe you wouldn't have had before because you couldn't afford it, or it wasn't working for you for the association, like in their geographic region. So I work and run DPS, which is an AMC. We're a small company. We have 9 clients, and we have 4 full-time professionals that work for us here in Chicago. And our clients live all over the place. We have a client who lives only in Pennsylvania. We have a client in Iowa and Nebraska, another client who's based in Chicago, and the others are nationwide. I would say, much to my chagrin, math. I do a lot of math. And I was convinced when I was in school that I wouldn't ever have to do math, and I find like I spend a very good portion of my day doing math. A good background in economics, a good background in accounting, or simple accounting. You don't have to be an accountant by trade, but have a good working knowledge of accounting basics. And I also think being a good writer really helps. Those are things that I probably found to be most helpful, and sometimes are things that I was lacking, frankly. Financial management and accounting is not my skill set, and yet it's one of the things that I do the most of. So I'm still working on that myself. Math is important, I guess, would be something I would say. I think that in high school, I kind of always had the idea that I would work somehow in communications. I was a good writer. I was very comfortable with writing. And so originally I really worked in the association business on the communication side. And then as things have changed and I've worked up through the corporate ladder, I work less and less, frankly, on just day-to-day communications and more on more corporate organizational sort of things, and then staff management. I think developing good relationships, working with volunteers, understanding kind of how to manage different personalities, different age groups is really important. And that's probably something I didn't think about when I was in high school. It's really different. One, I'm working at home, but that's actually not the big difference. What the big difference is for us in the association world is really that we put on live events. We do that all the time, and those live events are really struggling because we can't meet in person in most places. So for example, in Chicago, you can't be with more than 6 people. Well, today, for example, we hosted an online virtual lunch and learn program that normally had a full luncheon of 600 people. Today, we had 78 virtually. So one, our audience is smaller, which means our revenue is smaller. And second, I'm engaging, 90% less people. So the opportunity to connect with our members to make sure that they're feeling engaged in the association is a huge task for us. We want to make sure that members are feeling welcomed. The other side of it is a majority of my clients are in the hospitality industry. And so I think it's safe to say more than half of them, if not close to 70%, have lost their jobs. People aren't holding meetings. People aren't going to events. They're not going to restaurants. They're not buying food and beverage. They're not using AV programs. They're not doing lights. They're not doing any of those things. So our members are really struggling, and to keep leaders engaged is going to be a challenge for us because their number one priority is going to be finding a job. And rightfully so. I answered all of your questions. If you have anything else, feel free to reach out to me. And if you need anything or have any questions about living in the world of association management, I'd be happy to help you in any way. Thanks and good luck.